just finished the solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus, Manipura, is yellow, and I held a lot of anxiety there. Um, Whenever I needed to do something new, which felt like every day felt like it was something new, I would get knotted up in that area. I would feel nauseous. I would feel just a pit of despair. Just always something is wrong. I'm not sure what it is, and just anxiety, and it sat in my solar plexus, and it just kind of hung out and was like, "We're here. I'm not gonna go anywhere." Like a filibuster. um, Solar plexus is located in lower lungs, above your belly button, but below your chest, like, you know, affects your diaphragm. My gallbladder was in that location. The majority of your stomach is in that location. So when somebody says gut instincts, they're talking about your solar plexus. Kitten is playing with now the stand. It's been an interesting. I do this every year. I do chakra releasing every year. I never did the video vlogging of it, and this year I have a kitten, and she is full of energy, and it's been a real challenge. But I'm welcome to it. It's a fun challenge. Solar plexus, let's see. You shouldn't work on just one chakra, just so you know. You should work on all 7 equally. However, I had so much issue with that chakra. I think because I opened it at a young age. I was fearless when I was younger. I did. Stop messing with it. What are you doing? Kidding. I think because I was a very rambunctious child and fearless is a good word. I opened that chakra young, but I didn't know how to work it. I didn't know how to use it. We didn't talk about that stuff, growing up. We didn't talk about chakras. I didn't know anything about chakras. I just knew that I had anxiety in that location because I wasn't doing anything. Every day was the same, but it felt every day was new, and something else was going to happen. The ball was going to drop. There was a ball that was going to drop. I didn't know what ball. I had so many in the air. Any of them could have dropped, and I would have been a mess. I would have been an emotional mess. So when we're talking about solar plexus, we're talking about your fear, your courage, both sides of one coin. Too much fire and too much courage can create fear. Too much fear can stifle your courage. So it's important to have an equal amount on each. Come on now. I'll be right back. Okay. That's not a toy. There we go. Distraction. Sorry about that. Okay. So, solar plexus. Manipura is my favorite one to say out of the 7. I think Yellow and I became really close friends for more than a year. I wore yellow in some way, shape, or form. Not everybody needed to know. And we used to play with it. It's not a toy. Anyways. So, me and Yellow became really close. I learned a lot about that spectrum. And I learned a lot about the solar plexus. And that's how I'm able to dye my hair purple. And that's how I'm able to walk in the world, be who I want to be, and not be afraid of it. Not be afraid of the projection that other people put on me. I reverse it and give it back to them. So on that note, I did write some things on the solar plexus after my meditation. Turn the music down a little. Solar plexus is fire. Fire. Courage is looking at my faults and failures and forgiving myself. How hard is that? You know how hard it is to forgive yourself after you've failed at something, after you've done something wrong and you know you shouldn't have done it, and you need forgiveness from the other person, absolutely, but also what's as important is forgiving yourself, saying to yourself, oh, I'm sorry, why did I do that to myself? Why did I put myself in that position in the first place? Forgiving yourself is important. It takes courage. Then look at them objectively. Courage needs fire and tremendous energy. So when you get into depression and you have it matched with anxiety, you don't have the energy to match either one of those, to even look at them, let alone defeat them, or even to get a semblance or a handle on what exactly is happening. You know, depression stops everything from moving, no fire, and anxiety ignites the fire. So then you're in constant fight or flight mode. You're like, should I stay? Should I go? So what happens is you just stop and burn out. You just don't move at all. I've been there. Even ideas of courageous thought need a spark, and then kindling to make sure, a spark and a kindling, to make sure it does not get quenched. So you have to keep feeding the fire, right? Once you start an idea, once you start a path, once you start doing something, you have to keep feeding it, right? Courage to do something different, feel unique, to speak up, starts when our anxieties are understood and dealt with. So when you understand what is giving you the anxiety, why did I wake up every day feeling like every day the ball was going to drop? It was because I wasn't dealing with the reality of the situation. My drinking, I wasn't taking accountability for it. I wasn't taking accountability for not paying the bills and just wishing them they would get paid. And it wasn't a thought that happened intentionally in my mind. The kids would want new clothes or they would want a toy, and that bill can get paid later. My children's happiness, my husband's happiness became the focus, but my anxiety my anxiety came in when I wasn't taking care of business to get to those things, right? So you have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. It causes a pain. I call it anxiety pain. There goes the cat again. Stop it! It's not a toy. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm just gonna leave it with this. Anxiety pain is crippling when I don't walk in my truth. Being gentle with my fire and making sure it does not burn my life down took time to learn. Anxiety used to live in this place, triggering my fight or flight, which stops me dead in my tracks. I need to be patient. Just patient with my fire and courage. And don't force it. Don't force it. When you force yourself to try and get out of anxiety, or you force yourself to try and get out of depression, what happens is you just pushed it off to another day. You have to look at it in its face. You have to look at it and you have to say, I'm not afraid of you anymore. I know what I'm doing wrong, and I will fix it. If it's something that you are doing, if you recognize someone else is doing this and you're feeling their effect, they are constantly projecting onto you, then you need to learn how to put up walls. And I needed to put up boundaries. So, solar plexus. Next is heart. Anahata. See you guys later.